Hello and welcome back to another video. This is Crash Bandicoot 2 on the Sony PlayStation, and this is nostalgically a very important game to me, and I think even by today's standards this still holds up really well. It's almost like graphically it's got a timeless look, because I think even at the time they weren't striving for that realism that so many titles in the 32-bit era were all about. So I'm not really here to talk about Crash Bandicoot 2. I mean, it's an amazing game. You'd be mad if you missed it, you know, you should at least check it out, because hell of a title. But I just thought I'd check in really, because it's been a while since I made a video. Just kind of been busy, as you hear from everyone, with life and work and other general bits and bobs. So still, you know, got the games collection, etc, etc. Still playing games, actually probably playing more games, because I seem to have a little bit more time for playing them currently, especially now everything else is kind of in order. So what I do want to talk about is eBay. That's been annoying me recently. Mainly this buy it now best offer thing. Like, I think people are taking it to an extreme, to be honest. I'll give you two examples recently that kind of wrapped me off. Maybe you can tell me if I'm being outrageous or not. But the first one, there was an arcade stick I was interested in. The price buy it now best offer was $32.95. So I thought, okay, fair enough. And I went for 25 to start off with. Automatically denied. Okay, fair enough. Okay, we'll go a bit more. Went 28. Okay. Well, you know, $32.95. We'll go with 30. That was rejected as well. So at that point, I mean, I know you're probably looking at what, about 9% discount being asked for there, but you know, if you're not willing to accept £30 and the price is $32.95, then just don't do buy it now best offer. Just a bit of a waste of time, like everyone's time. Another example. This one was quite funny, really. The game. What was the game? It's how much I really wanted it, because I can't remember what it was called. But the game generally sells for about £11. That includes postage. And this one come up for sale, £10 buy it now best offer, £1.30 postage. So I thought, okay, it's in the condition I want, I'm willing to pay the going rate, so I offered the guy £7.70, so it was £9. So, okay, you could argue it's a little bit under the going rate, but I thought it was a fair offer. Straight away, the guy messaged me back and says, thanks for the offer, but this item usually sells for at least the starting price. And I thought, well, if that's the price you want £10 for it and you £1.30 postage, then cool.
Well done, Crash.
Just ask for that, and then we both know where we are. But to say, oh, you know, this game usually sells for at least £10 anyway, then why bother with best offer? I think a lot of the time people think if they get a best offer, they just leave it there and then someone will pay the full price because it says competing offers, which may well be true, but I always think, to be fair, you know, 10% is, oh dear me, is a damn good discount. Anything below that, unless the item's been severely overvalued, you know, I can see people taking offence to that, but when you're asking for 10% discount and they're sort of turning the nose up at you as if you've offered them 50p on a £10 item, it just, I don't know. I find it a little bit infuriating. I found a way to get this from just off the bank. This is infuriating. Well, landed on the TNT anyway. I shouldn't really worry, so I'm just playing it to make the video. I've already got a game in progress where I think I've done 23 of the stages. So pretty close to final boss encounter. I remember back in the day buying this pretty much as soon as it come out because I was in love. And I was trying to show you the level next. I was in love with the demo on the official PlayStation magazine, the one where you're riding a little polar bear. I played it over and over, so as soon as this was released, I was there buying it. Oh, I know the stone comes down. Does it come out if I go through? Yeah. That's it. I was talking to myself there. Oh. Yeah, eBay, a little bit frustrating. I really need that. No idea how you get it though. As with all PlayStation games, I mean the sound design is ace here. And I think this really was the pinnacle of the Crash Bandicoot games in my opinion. Like, as much as I loved the original, it didn't have as much variety. This had the perfect mix for me. I think by the time we got to number 3, you know, when you was playing as the sister and riding on a jet ski, they'd kind of gone a bit too far. And the PlayStation 2 game, I wasn't a massive fan of that either. Because again, I think it was Traveller's Tales and not Naughty Dog. And you know, again, they tried to steer away from the platforming bit and have different gameplay elements. Some were better than others, but overall I thought it cheapened the experience personally. So I think number 2 is the pinnacle for me, but the first one's also an absolutely brilliant game, and the third is enjoyable. I completed it back when it was released. Where is the one with the... Oh, maybe it's the second set of levels, to be honest. I think it's the second set of levels where you get to ride on the little polar bear. But I'm sure if you're watching this... Well, A, if you're watching this and you've never seen it, like, play the game and it'll just bring a big smile to your face when you first play that level. But this game gets very frustrating, especially later on. But oh so rewarding when you actually get through. So yeah, what else can I talk about really? I've noticed, obviously, as a few people have mentioned, there's a lot less. People seem to be uploading now, but in all fairness, there's a lot less content that I'm kind of interested in regards to gaming related stuff. Just sort of more into other things on YouTube. I guess just being a byproduct of the fact that I've seen it all, and enthusiasm perhaps seems to be lacking. I'm not actually sure of the general problem, but I'm not a big viewer of gaming related content. I do, however, listen to the XFM, or like Carl Pilkington, Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant's podcasts. Like, I think they're hilarious, to be fair, and there is so many hours of them. Even though the same story. Even the same stories heard again are still really funny in my opinion. I also quite like to boxing over the last year or so. So I've been watching some of the classic fights, including some that I remember myself. And also, right now is a really good time to be into British boxing. There's just so many good fights happening. It's arguably, I would say, perhaps 2017 been the best year for British boxing in a long time. I've certainly enjoyed everything I've got to view. It was recently on Saturday, first ever free boxing live stream on IFL and it was somewhere in Essex. You know, some amateur fighters, but I really enjoyed it. It was a great night. It's a shame they didn't allow you to comment. That was like turned off, because I think it would have been cool to chat to like-minded boxing fans, maybe gauge some opinions on the action. But alas, that wasn't allowed. So what time are we on here? 10 minutes. And I could literally play this game all night. I've done so on quite a few occasions. But I suppose I'd best leave it there. It's a bit disjointed, but just thought I'd check in. Now it's the winter months, probably be creating a bit more content. Maybe it'll get more into watching content, you know. That's also another factor. But until then, I bid you farewell, and hopefully I shall catch up with you soon.